everybody, welcome back to the channel, and I'm Jen, and we are going to do a ribbon chat. Yes, I am still working on Scorpio. The picture is over there, right there, yeah, there, that way, and I am still on the first row, and I know I'm going slow on this one. Don't ask me why, don't know. I think part of it is, I've been stressing, and there's been a lot going on this week. And of course, you see my freaking cord from my webcam. Don't need to see that, do you? Okay. So before we get started with the whip and chat, want to thank everybody for watching. If you're new, welcome. If you like what you see, please make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button. Secondly, I have two things I want to show you guys. First off, as you guys can see, my tray. It's purple. Yes. I got this from my 3D Designs. And they have an Etsy shop, and I will make sure that I post it down below. You can see it up here. There it is. Then Sparkle DP. They're also on Etsy. And I got this. I don't know if you guys can see it. If not, I'll try to put it in both so that you guys can see. It has my name on it. You can get them personalized. And you don't, obviously, they didn't ask you what kind of placer you wanted, multi-placer you wanted. I guess this is just, uniform for whatever, or whatever you order the pen. But I have peacocks on it. So it's got my name, and it's got the peacocks. And it's really, it's cute. It's really cute. Whoops. And of course, I got some sparkly stuff on there that I didn't even know that was on there. But yeah, it has my name. And I will link both of these shops down below. I do know that there's a couple of people, other creators that know about my 3D designs. I didn't. Sue me. Until I got the red tray, but I had no clue who they were. Oh well. So let's get started. And you can pull out whatever it is you're working on, cross stitch, craft wise, whatever you're working on, and we're gonna just diamond paint, and I'll tell you what's been going on. Okay, so not a whole lot to tell you guys, truthfully. Been studying my butt off. And I kind of made a schedule for myself and wanted to do 3 chapters a day. Now, when I started this course, I was told, and this is what it said in the beginning of the course, that you can do this course in like 2 weeks. No, I'm sorry. Probably, but I'm not. I'm way behind on that whole debacle period. So anyway, you can do it in 2 weeks. I probably could, but I don't think. I think they just think, okay, you're just gonna just like just let everything else go. And I finally got to a point that I said, all right, you know what? I want to get this done because I need to get it done so that, next week, whatever, or whenever, I need to make sure that I have the money to take the test. And, so, yeah. So I've got to do that. Of course, then I have to end up getting fingerprints done. Good thing is they're not that expensive. But I wanted to make sure that, I want to make sure that I have the money available and so forth. So, yeah, I need to find out. I've been researching it, and I think that's another reason why I'm stressing out, is because the way it sounds, there's a lot to do before you take your test or when you go to take your test. And I don't know if I could take it online. I'm not even sure. I'm trying to look that up. And it's just a lot that I need to do to get ready. And between the studying and trying to do, make sure that I am able to, I'm stressing myself out, guys. It's crazy. And I don't need that. That's, so, yeah. And, I've just been, like, running around here like a chicken with her head cut off. And I'm stressing myself out. And, it's not been a good day. It's not been good. And it just, this past week has just been like, I'm stressing myself out. Because I felt like if I paced myself and, did it, one chapter a day or whatever, and I told them, they were telling me, well, this is how we did it. Because there's a couple other people that are with the company that, were telling me, well, this is how we did it. We did it, in 2 weeks, and this is what we did. And I just sat there and I looked at him and I said, I'm sorry. There's no way. My brain is not going to remember all of this stuff. And, I'm not going to remember, there's just no way. I'm not going to sit here all day long and do this. You've lost your ever-loving mind. So, yeah. Excuse me. So what I ended up doing is basically writing down in my yeah. See what I did, guys? Oh my God. Wow. Jennifer just spilled a whole bunch of donuts. Oh my goodness. I did not mean to do that. Well, the good thing is that I can just grab them right off the thing. So anyway, basically what I did is I sat down in my planner and basically wrote out a schedule for myself, and that, for 3-4 hours I will study, and that includes with each test. And so yesterday I did 3 chapters, and took the 2 tests, and the third test, which today has just driven me completely totally bonkers. And I ended up just saying, you know what, I'm not doing this today. I just basically stopped for the day today because I was getting frustrated to the point that I was feeling that every time I take the test, and after I thought, okay, I've got all I think I know, the information I need for the class or for the test, I would fail. And was getting frustrated. So I said, all right, you know what? We're just going to take a break today, or this afternoon. Tomorrow I'll start, good and fresh. Now, what I found interesting, and what everybody, a couple other people that are going through the classes besides me, were telling me that they feel that the life insurance part is harder, which it probably, I have to say, yes, there's so much you've got to know for life insurance. I have never in my life seen so many things that you need to know for life insurance. I mean, seriously. And health insurance is easier from what I've been told. So I was like, okay, well, maybe that'll be good once I get past the life insurance. I've got 3 more sections to cover. Chapters, sections, whatever, to cover. So I'm praying that tomorrow, after I get this test taken, then I can, go through and start the other 3 chapters and get those out of my way. Get out of the life insurance section. Oh my God. You just have no clue, guys. Let me tell you. I think I'm going to go bonkers because it's driven me crazy. It really, really has. So, between that, let me tell you, my whole week was not the best, the most productive week. I didn't do a whole lot. I'll tell you that much now. It's just been one of those things where I wanted to focus on getting this done, so that way I can at least get my state, exam done and out of the way, and get it all, under my belt and paid for and everything done, so that way everything can get started. And I know I've been a little slow on it, and it's like I told my boss, or whatever you want to call him. I said, look, I know, I'm slow getting into this, and I said, and I'm sorry. I said, but yeah, this is a lot of information, and I'm just not. It's not that I'm not comprehending the information, because I am. It's just there's a lot to remember. There's a lot that, they're covering a lot of things. And what I noticed too is you can, and he told me, you can print off the cliff notes for each thing, like the life insurance course. You can print the cliff notes off. Same thing with the health care. And what I've noticed too is, and I know it's, the cliff notes are not meant to, whatever, but there's not, the cliff notes are supposed to be to basically help you study for each test. And I noticed also that a lot of the information that you need for each test, or each chapter test, in the cliff notes isn't there. So I'm still, kind of going back and forth, trying to make sure that I have all the information. Now, the one that the chapter I'm on now, okay, I thought the legal concepts was awful. Annuities, and let me tell you, there's a lot of crap that I just don't know. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, how am I supposed to remember all this crap? I mean, seriously? And when I think I know what I need to know, I go and take the exam. Well, obviously, I'm not getting the information. I'm missing something somewhere along the line. So today I just said, you know what? Fuck it. Jennifer's going to just chill for the rest of the day. And I'm done for the day. I'm wore out, guys. Let me tell you. I have never ever in my life. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it is the craziest. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is something that I wanted to do for myself, to better, myself in a way, and just, I guess, go on to the next stage of my life and, start a new journey. I guess that's what I want to call it. But God bless a cow. And of course, I've let stuff go in the house all week, and I told, of course, when I sat down and decided to do this, at first, I wasn't asking the kids to help. I wasn't asking Miranda, can you please help out or whatever. I wasn't asking her to do anything. I was just basically telling everybody, I'm going to be studying. Y'all are going to have to be quiet and not, be so loud. And then I realized, yeah, Jennifer's going to have issues. So finally, they decided, they came to me and they were like, Mom, we'll help out. You just tell us what you want us to do. So they've been helping. A poor little dude, he has worn himself ragged. And testament to this is he's fast asleep back on my bed. He was watching TV. Now he's back there zonked out, which is poor thing. And I know, he went to bed early because I went and checked on him last night, and his bedtime is 10 o'clock, and he was gone. He was out. He was done. So I know it's not like he's not getting any sleep. So I'm assuming he's just wore out from helping out this week because he he took over the job of the take help. Well, no, he didn't take over. He's been helping Justin with the garbage, and poor thing, he's wore out, and he's been doing more than enough around here to help. So yeah, he's wore out. Let's see what else has been going on, guys. Do I even want to know? Do I even know? Oh, watched a couple of movies. Yesterday, of course, as was Memorial Day. And usually when I do celebrate Memorial Day, we aren't here. We're at my best friend's house, but this year we didn't go because she wasn't home. And we go and the kids go swimming, and we usually have a barbecue or something. And so this year we all just kind of did our thing, and I watched a couple of movies. I watched one. It was called The Green Zone with Matt Damon in it. It was pretty good. It was interesting. I don't know. It was based on a book, and it happened during the what war? I'm don't know. I'm gonna have to tell you. It happened during the Iraqi War in 2003, basically, and he plays a what does he play? He plays a chief warrant officer. And I, was kind of like, all right, do I really want to watch this? Because I started watching it, and the way it's not him, it's the character, I guess. Because the character's kind of, I don't want to say a wussy, but he comes off that way. That's the way, he basically is presented. But then it's like, okay. And he's very passionate about what his role is in the war. He's in charge of a team, and they go to different sites in Iraq to look for they're going to different sites to look for WMDs. And of course, now mind you, this is intel from our government. At least that's the way it was presented in the movie. And he's going off this intel, and every time they go to a site, there's nothing there. It's either empty, or it's this is completely totally not what the site is. They went to one site, and I forget what it was. I forget it, but I think it was like a dry cleaning store or something. I can't remember exactly what There was just a couple places, and I mean, there was a couple places. One was an abandoned warehouse. One was in the middle of a street. They had to block off the traffic so that they could dig under the road, because that's where this was supposedly put. And now, mind you, the intel supposedly came from a top level um, officer in Saddam Hussein's um, government. But you find out later that's not the case. And I'm like, okay, now the whole now, like I said, I don't know if any of this is true. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm not getting into politics. I only watched the movie because it was good and it was Memorial Day. But anyway, the movie basically, tells you that, okay, there's a possibility that, you know, this person in our government just said this because he wanted a reason for our government to go to war and go and basically, get rid of Hussein or whatever. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, okay, really makes a lot of sense. But it was a good movie. And a lot of action in the movie, and I was really, really impressed with it. No, I didn't like the storyline. I mean, I did, but I didn't. There was just some stuff that I just couldn't, put myself to I don't follow that kind of stuff. I don't follow. Okay, I'm sorry about that. The people next door were being loud, and yeah, it was all they were starting to be loud and background noise on my video, and I had to pause till they left. So anyway, so what was I saying? Now I don't even remember what I was saying. And then, of course, I had to pause because I thought something major was happening in the country because the president is on. So, yeah, that was, our experience for that. Anyway, so, now I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, my gosh, people. Let's see. Now I'm at a loss because I don't remember what I was talking about. So we're just gonna go on to the next thing. You guys remember me telling you last week that Sky found out about phobias, and he tried to tell me that he had a phobia of being in the ocean or near the ocean or whatever. And well, so then he was getting on a kick of going through and trying to figure out what all the phobias were. Well, I told him that I had a fear of snakes, which I'm very terrified of snakes. And I think I've told that story before. And well, he wanted to go through and find out what it was called. And I told him, I said, no, because I really don't want to know. I said, just know Mommy has a fear of snakes. So he got off that kick for a while. And so now, he's not really gotten on any kicks except, he's just been ready. He's ready for school to end. I'll put it that way. He's been, asking me, when is the last day of school? And when I told him, because our school ends June 14th here. And so he was kind of like, okay, he comes to me every day wanting to know. So then the other day he comes out and he says, Mom, and I'm probably repeating this, and I'm sorry, but he comes to me and he says, Mom, do you know we have half days? And I was like, what? which I kind of knew that. And he's like, yeah, we have a half day. We have half days, and do you know when they are? And this child he's ready for school to be over, which I can't say I blame him. He's, he's just ready because some of the stuff in his reading class is getting really, really hard. And it's not hard, but I think to him it is, because the way that it's explained to him and the way that he has to do it, it's confusing for him. And I've been trying to help him best I can with that, because poor child, he came out to me Friday. He's like, Mom, I don't want to go to class. And I said, why? And he said, because, my reading teacher, he had to do, had to read, he's been reading this book. And I can't even tell you what the name of the book is, because I think he's done with it or something. And anyway, they were giving, every time they read a chapter or two, they have to answer questions. So they put him in this other, what is it, the breakout room or something that they call it in Zoom. I don't know what it's called, where you can talk to somebody privately. And so she did this with each student. And, she explained what, was needed to be done. And he was like, he explained to her, I can't find the answers. Well, she didn't want to hear that. So I had to go and help him, find the answers, basically. And I told him, I said, how can you not know where the answers are? Because, Mom, the question, and he's right. These questions, they don't give you, it's hard to find the answers. So we sat there and did that for a while. So, poor child, he's getting frustrated with it, and he's ready. He's ready for school to end. And so when I told him, that school was going to end and when it was going to end, he's like, well, when do I have to take the laptop back? Because he has his own laptop from school to use instead of taking up my laptop. And so I said, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they'll tell us, when we have to take it back. And I think he's just ready for it all to be over and done with, and which I can't say I blame him. He's, getting to that point now that I think he's just ready for summer vacation, because school has just driven him completely, totally, insanely bonkers. Which, I'm stressed too. School is stressed. His virtual school, it was better this year than it was last year. But yeah, there are times that it's been fun. I'll put it to you this way. Because he had to do a paragraph one time, and of course, between me and him, we still didn't know what was going on. And when I tried to, explain to his teacher that we weren't sure what he needed to do, she kind of got irritated with me. And I told her, I said, look, I'm not sure what, you want him to do. And I said, but I'm going to go ahead and do this with him this way. And, if it's not right, I'm sorry. Well, she kind of got irritated with me. And she kind of got irritated with little dude. And, she's like, you all, the directions are right there. And I said, well, I'm reading the directions. I understand what the directions are. But what you're telling him to do is two different things. And that didn't make her happy. She was not thrilled with me. And I told her, I said, well, we did it. And you're just going to have to accept it the way it is, because I don't know what else you want me to do. And, well, needless to say. But she's very strict. And I mean, my Justin had her, and I think Ariel had her. I can't remember. And she's she's not like any other teacher I've ever met. Let's put it that way. And I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a nice lady and everything, but it's just her teaching style is a little different. And she's very strict. And now that this is fifth grade, she's basically um, making sure the kids are ready for next year. And the little dude's like, Mom, this is really, really hard, which, I've tried to explain to him. I'm trying to find this color. Where is the letter P? Oh, there it is. And I've tried to explain to him, you need to be prepared for this because next year is no walk in the park. And he's, frustrated, which I can't say I blame him on that note, which is, in itself, it's frustrating, believe me. So, yeah. But other than that, whoops, really? Okay. How did that happen? I'm really tempted not to use the parchment paper anymore. Because this is what happens. This is what I go through. And of course, I'm trying to make sure that I get it straight so that I can do the next row. There we go. So anyhow, other than that, it's been lovely around here. So I did finish a book, I think. Now that I say that, I don't remember. Did I? Did I finish a book? No. I started a book. I started 2 books. 2 audiobooks. One I had to put on hold because it's been turned in. I had to return it. Sorry, I had to return it because it was due back, and but I am going to rent it out. I am going to check it out again. It's from Potter's Field by Patricia Cronwell, and I am not really get into that one as much as I have her other ones. I don't know why. It's different. She's in New York trying to solve a crime, and it's tied into the the book before that, Cruel and Unusual, and it's weird, and I didn't get very far. I have to, like I said, recheck it out, but it just wasn't as good so far as all her other ones are. Not saying that it's probably, that it's not, because it probably is, but I'm just, maybe it's because I'm not that far into the book yet. I don't know. So we'll see. Once I get further along into it, we'll see. Anyhow, that one I had to put aside, and then I put and I started listening to First to Die from James Patterson. It's the first book in the Women's Murder Club, and it's about 4 women that are 2 are one is a detective, the other is a medical examiner, then another one is the assistant district attorney, then you have one that is a reporter. Now, I'm not sure if this is the first book where they all meet or what exactly is the deal, but she goes to a crime scene and a newly married couple has been killed. And the bride's wedding dress is still on, and she's been, physically assaulted also. And it's pretty good to start off. I've so far I'm enjoying it, and we'll see what happens after that. I'm just did start it last night, so I'm not very far in the book. And why am I don't know why I'm having issues today with my girls. I'm just not. Guys, you just don't know. I told you I haven't done any hobbies hardly at all this past week. So that book is done, or not done, but I've started it. I'm catching up on my reading challenge, thank God, because yeah, I'm way behind. So let's see. Uh, Trying to think what else has been going on. So I'm just trying to get everything, my studying caught up, get all this done. And I think I'm overstressing myself, or, whatever you call it. Stressing myself out too much because of these classes, which I shouldn't do, but I have been. And it's to a point I'm ready to scream a couple of times, but I'm going to make sure that I stop stressing myself out. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Anything else before I go on and just say bye? Um, I was in the middle of telling you about that movie, wasn't I? Now the movie, like I said, is Green Zone, and it's pretty good. It's just I don't know what the book was called. I was gonna look up the book, and I couldn't find it. And I don't know. I mean, I don't even know who the book's by. And I tried to look it up as I was looking um, at the overview on Google, and there really wasn't. If it gave a name, I didn't see it. But there's, a couple of people in there that I did not realize that it was funny. I was watching it and I couldn't. One of them I thought I recognized, besides Matt Damon. Actually, there was two I thought I recognized. And come to find out, one of them played in Harry Potter. He played Draco Malfoy's father, and there was another guy in there that I'm not sure who he is, but I've seen him before. And these people, this is what I get for doing my video in the afternoon instead of in the morning. Sorry. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's just all about them, on this mission to try to find all these WMD sites and trying to find, the weapons and so forth. And then, they find out, oh, well, these weapons may not even exist and so forth. And it's interesting. So, now the other movie I watched was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie called Sabotage. Now, the reason I watched Green Zone was because yesterday was Memorial Day. And but Sabotage with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it was kind of, I have to say, don't get me wrong, I like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but that movie just, I don't know, it put him out to be kind of the bad guy. He's a DEA agent, in charge of this team, and they go in. They're an undercover team. Basically, is the way it's the way how it's explained, and they go and basically take down cartels and so forth. And so now the whole premise to this movie is that he and his team are busted into this I guess it's I want to say a stash house or a safe house or one of the two. And I guess it really doesn't matter what kind of how what it's considered, but and there's like all this money there. I mean, I'm not talking like $50-$60. I'm talking about there's $10 million there and a little more. And so now after they end up stealing $10 million. Well, then they're under investigation, and then somebody starts killing members of his team. And so there's this local detective that is helping, or well, I don't really want to say she's helping. I don't even know if that's what you want to consider it, because it doesn't. One minute she's pursuing him as a suspect and pursuing the team members of the team as suspects that are still alive, but it just didn't portray him in a good light. I put it that way. I mean, granted, yes, this man is he's this this cop, I guess, and he's trying to protect his team, but then again, he's not so goody two shoes, and nobody can find the money and so forth, and it's just not something I'm used to him playing. Put it that way. I'm used to him being the Terminator. Or used to him being in Expendables. I mean, shit. But yeah, those were some pretty good movies. That I watched. That was really all, because by the time I got done studying and so forth, that was all I really wanted to do was sit and watch TV. So, that's it, guys. That's all I got. I'm sorry, and hopefully next week will be better, because I usually write down what I'm going to talk about, and it's blank. There's nothing there. So next week will be better. I hope so. So I hope everyone has a great week, and thank you for listening. And while I sat here and rambled on and told y'all bunch of bull. And I hope you all continue to watch. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new, and please don't forget to hit the like button on the video. And I'll see you all next week, guys. Thanks for watching.